All right, let's get into it. Bam Adebayo, 83 points for the Miami Heat. This was an all-time game, literally an all-time game for all the people in our era, because we weren't alive during Wilt Chamberlain's 100-point game. But for all the people alive, Kobe getting 81, well, that was it. No one ever thought that was going to get beat. LeBron's never really come close. Anthony Edwards, Anthony Davis, anyone has come this close. So just initial thoughts, what are you thinking?
I think what's so mind-blowing about it, it's not necessarily that someone broke Kobe's 81. It's that it's Bam Adebayo. I mean, this guy's a great player, don't get me wrong, but you kind of thought if someone was going to break it, it would be some absolutely electric score. I'm thinking Steph Curry, like some one of these guys who shoots a ton of threes. I mean, possibly LeBron. If we're looking at current stars, Victor Wembanyama.
Right.
I mean, that's a guy who you feel like could have a 80-something point game. Bam Adebayo, I mean, I don't think anyone saw it coming. I'm just going to say, from my perspective, when I heard the news, I thought I was in like a fever dream or something. I was watching the Celtics play the Spurs on NBC. Hell of a game. It's in the fourth quarter. They're going back and forth. NBC does a live cut, and they're saying, we're going to cut into the Miami Heat versus Wizards game. Now, normally, Wizards games on a Tuesday night are not that meaningful. And on the broadcast, it says, Bam Adebayo, 81 points. He's tied Kobe Bryant for the second most all-time in the game. I thought I was having a stroke. I couldn't believe it. It also was said fairly casually on the broadcast, like, Bam has 81, he's going to try to break. I'm like, what? Bam Adebayo? This was awesome, though. This was absolutely awesome. A lot of people very upset today. I think it's a cool thing that should be celebrated.
See, I'm taking the zag on that. I think this is the culmination of everything that's wrong with the NBA. Bam Adebayo has no business scoring 50 points a game, let alone 83. This guy is a bum. He's not an offensive player. He's never been this good. This was a result of a few things. Number one, my God, he only scored 43 points, and he had about 51 free throw attempts?
So he shot 43 free. He was 36 of 43 from the line.
Yeah, he's shooting 43 attempts at the line. You want to talk about a boring product to watch? It's Bam Adebayo getting fouled and him having to shoot free throws. This is an abomination of the game of basketball. It's not how it's meant to be played. Also, the next line is the Wizards are just obviously tanking for a good draft pick. Their bench looked like they were actually encouraging making some fouls on Bam Adebayo just to get him on the line to beat the record. The Wizards are so pathetic that they want to be in the record book so bad that they're willing to be in it for a bad reason. And I just think the NBA is broken right now. They're obviously tanking the Wizards. Bam Adebayo, he's barely the face of the Miami Heat, let alone the face of the NBA. This is a joke. I hate the NBA right now.
Yeah, it was crazy down the stretch. I mean, it was really hard to watch. It's like the game was out of hand. The Heat, they were fouling because they wanted to get extra possessions to get Bam another shot to score. But the Wizards, they were fouling other players on the Heat. They wanted to put other Miami Heat players on the free throw line so Bam didn't get the ball with that possession. The Heat players, in turn, were trying to miss the free throw so Bam could get the offense. So it was just kind of a complete slot fest. It's like it kind of undermines the spirit of the game when it should be about the team. It's all about one individual. I do think, though, for the crappy Wizards team, like seeing guys down the stretch, triple teaming Bam, trying to foul other guys, put them in line, like, you're not going to make history against us, man. It's like, you guys suck. You're a team that's tanking. It's like, I don't necessarily blame the players on the court, but it's like your organization is just punting away seasons, not taking any of this seriously. So you can kind of miss me of that, like, rah-rah, like, we're not going to let you do it against us, man. It's like, honestly, no one's going to be thinking about the 5 players on the court for the Wizards when they look back at this dominant performance years from now.
Yeah, and I think with nowadays, with all the short-form video and everything and all the podcasts, this 83 wasn't as fun as Kobe's 81 because back in the day, you'd turn on SportsCenter in the morning and you'd get all the highlights of the day. And I would say 95% of people who watch sports would watch SportsCenter to kind of get a recap of what's going on. Now everything's on Twitter, it's on Facebook, Instagram, Apple News, however you consume your media, right? And I feel like everyone had different experiences of how they found this out, where back when Kobe was doing it, it was like a national thing. It barely even got talked about today, I feel like. It did not get enough shine. I mean, at the end of the day, as much as I hate Bam Adebayo doing this, This is probably one of the biggest NBA stories in the last decade. So I'm shocked it hasn't gotten as much coverage as it needs.
Yeah, normally there's not a ton that can happen during the regular season, especially an individual accomplishment that can really get me going. Like, I'm like, oh, wow, this is memorable. I feel like the reaction to it today throughout the NBA world, it's kind of sad. It's like people are acting like this is some terrible thing. Like, I don't know, people are acting like, their pet died almost. I think it's really just goes to show you these Kobe Bryant fans are absolutely obsessive, maybe rightfully so, but it's like they lost someone important in their life by, Kobe's 81 being passed up. I'm like, what's wrong with Bam Adebayo? Like, by all accounts, seems like he's like a well-liked, non-problematic, I would say star. He's a fringe star. He's a very good player. I mean, even commentators on TV are saying, at best they're saying we shouldn't be upset with Bam Adebayo right now. Like, okay, that's good to know. We shouldn't be upset with a guy who just scored his second most points in a game all time. Like, it is crazy. I mean, yeah, it's a slap product, but he was balling. I mean, down the stretch was just crazy. He was balling, though. He only made 7 threes, but holy crap. I mean, Bam Adebayo, quick catch and shoot from the perimeter. Like, he kind of looked like Steph Curry out there when he was throwing him up there. And
do we know if this guy was on? Is he on a contract year this year? Do we know that?
I believe he's under contract for a bit. I think what happened was the perfect storm of the Heat. They had a lot of their other guys out, like no Tyler Hero. I don't even know who the hell else they're rocking with these days. Khalil Ware never gets to play because Eric Spoelstra hates him. And the Wizards, I mean, they're tanking. Their whole team stinks. So it basically there was one above average NBA player on the court, and it was Bam. So it basically was like a 25-year-old playing with a bunch of 7-year-olds.
Yeah.
It's like,
and it is crazy thinking about the absolute dominance of 83, what that actually means in a game. Because if you just think like you're going to a rec league game, for example, and you get a guy who played college basketball versus everyone who played high school, you can clearly tell the talent gap, and you're like, oh my shit, this guy's good. He's not putting up 83 in a game like that. And so the fact that Bam Adebayo is doing this against NBA players is just insane. And, his name's forever going to be etched in the record book for this. And 2 out of the 3 top scorers were centers. So does the NBA take this and look and say, hey, you know what? Wemby, Adebayo, are big men back in the NBA? That's the question.
I think they absolutely are. I mean, look at the most recent MVPs. Like, there's been a complete swing back to big men, save for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who won last year. But we're talking Jokic, Embiid, Giannis. Like, what do these guys have in common? Not American, but also they're big men. Like, big men matter again. It's not just about shooting and spacing the floor. I think it's a good thing. Like, it annoyed me when big men had almost zero purpose if they couldn't reliably shoot threes. Like, Giannis is one of the best players in the league, and when he goes up to shoot a three, it's ugly. It's a terrible sight.
Yeah, it's tough.
Like, he's not a great player because he shoots threes.
Yeah. No, I think it's good. I think it's good for the game of basketball. But, I mean, that's how kind of all sports, where there's that pendulum, it swings back and forth. I mean, we had the Splash Brothers for a while, and everyone was taking threes from basically half court. Trae Young came to the league, started doing it too. I don't really love that trend. I mean, I know obviously teams shoot a lot of threes right now, but it's like the defenses were built to guard the three as well. And if you can get that guy that can demand a double team down low, turns out it actually opens up more three opportunities because they're stretching the floor. So, no, good for Bam. That's congratulations to the Heat organization. It's funny, though, Dwayne Wade was talking some shit about the Heat last week, saying that basically they're just terrible now. And Bam actually talked about it in his presser, basically saying he didn't know what the fuck Dwayne's point in doing that was because he was just kind of like an unwarranted shot at the team. But it actually worked. Dwayne Wade obviously motivated Bam to have this game. So kudos to Dwayne Wade for being the Pat Riley motivator that we never thought he was.
Yeah, the Bam Adebayo whisper. I mean, they've kind of lost their way. It's like you always hear them in the mix for all these superstars. We think of them luring the big three down to Miami with LeBron, Chris Bosh, Dwayne Wade. Then they land Jimmy Butler years later, go to the finals. It's like you always hear about them in the mix. They're always, it seems like these days, they're always the bridesmaid, never the bride. Like, they're never landing that big fish. They're moving guys all around. It's like, it feels like they're just getting further and further away from that NBA Finals appearance in 2023. But Dwayne Wade's a sellout. Dwayne Wade, he left the state of Florida, and he made a big point of doing it. He moved to Los Angeles. He said he no longer felt comfortable in the state of Florida due to some of the quote-unquote hostile policies put put in place by Governor Ron DeSantis. It's like, Dwayne Wade, you're not president of Heat Nation. This is Bam Adebayo's nation.
It really is. And that's a hilarious thing to say, that the policies didn't feel safe in Florida. Florida, if no one's ever been here, it sits very southern in the U.S., but it couldn't be further from the South, quote unquote. It is a conglomerate of so many different races, religions, beliefs. I mean, shit, Miami has to be one of the most culturally diverse places in the entire United States.
Yeah.
You can walk around, you see people from all over. I mean, Tampa, very culturally diverse. Orlando is a center, basically an international hub. I don't know why Dwayne Wade has beef with Florida, but I'll tell you this. He's ruined his legacy with the Heat, and he needs to just keep his mouth away from the Heat, and his son needs to keep it's not his son. His son's playing. He played in the NBA for a while. No, that's right. He played in college because he sucks. He didn't make it in the NBA. So, anyway, enough about Dwayne Wade. But, yeah, good for the Heat, man. They get back in the news.